What's up, everybody? As you see in the title, the UFL community manager on Discord has responded to one of several of my videos being passed around, and that is a great thing because aside from helping aspiring players that want to reach a higher level reach that level, I also am a player of these games that wants to see these games at their best. And this is a prime example of how I can help do that as a content creator. Share the videos of these different things that need to be changed or that we'd like to see changed or added or so on and so forth. And then as a community, we spread the videos around until the right people get a hold of them. The issue I have, though, is that the UFL community manager's response was not very promising, nor was the employee that UFL, I believe he's a UFL employee. I'm not positive, but I think he's a content creator. He doesn't really play the game, but he does all those clickbaity type videos to grab your attention. But he chimed in as well, and he was the one who did the podcast with the script with the CEO of UFL. I forgot his name, but he is a UFL employee, right? It was on their channel, and he did the scripted podcast. He's got to be an employee for UFL, right? Either way, though, the UFL community manager is the main person I'd like to address because the correct response would be, we will get this to the right people to take a look and try to provide better player identity in the future. Try to make our attributes matter more in the future. Or at the very least, if you didn't want to go that far, just we will take a look at this. Because the footage is undeniable. Instead, you pointed out things like over-exaggeration in areas where, of course, this pass would happen and this and that. That's fine. But at the end of the day, there is no doubt that every player across the board, whether it's Van de Ven at striker or winger, Bissek at striker or winger, Rashford at center back, Lukaku at left back, so on and so forth, all of these players and the attributes that they have in these different areas did not match up with how they played in the game. That's the bottom line. You have to address this and you have to fix this. If you want to ignore this, well, you see the numbers. They're going to continue to go in that direction. If you want a game that players want to play and have players want to grind to get better players in your game, you have to give more of an identity to each of them. You have to make these attributes matter more. This was not an example of players being able to play multiple positions. Literally, passing attributes, shooting attributes in the 30s and 40s, dribbling attributes in the 30s and 40s. However, they look and feel the same as players with dribbling, shooting, and passing attributes in the 80s, 90s. That is an issue. Now, let's say you add icons and you have Coman, for example, who can play center back and CDM, and his shooting is incredible. Okay, that's fine, because then if you put him in the attack and he's banging in goals, guess what? He has high shooting as a player, and he also can play different positions. That makes sense. However, if you have a player with passing in the 40s and shooting in the 30s and dribbling in the 40s, they should not be able to do certain things that other attackers can do with upper level stats. The bottom line, I could go on and on and on. I'm speaking in circles, but that's kind of how you guys are replying, makes it feel like you just don't get it, which I know is not the case. You're trying to save face, both the community manager and the UFL employee that's the YouTube creator, right? Now, am I taking the piss some? Do I know who it is? Yes. But I'm not going to waste time or energy addressing somebody that we just aren't in the same category as far as content creating. I am a player of the game that reports based on my knowledge from playing the game. I do not have to go do research and give attention-grabbing thumbnails and great edited videos to try to point out the drama points, right? Meaning anything in the game that players are going to click and watch because they have problems with or want to know about, and just do videos on that to get certain clicks or views to make money. My whole thing is I am a player of the game that wants to help other players and help make these games the best they can. And this is a prime example that could help make this game better. But UFL has to, and Strikers has to take these type of videos and get them to the right people and at least take a look at them. To which case, anybody who knows the game of football and really football games will know that this needs to be addressed. Maybe this is just one person, the community manager, speaking for himself, as well as the content creator speaking for himself. But I'm just saying, ignoring these or trying to, sidestep around the facts is not going to get us anywhere. Just like addressing a lower level player that also is a content creator for some of the jabs isn't going to get me anywhere. The bottom line is I practice what I preach. You could see how I play. You could see my level on the sticks. And if you aspire to get to a higher level, I can help you do that. Any information I provide you, I urge you to put it to the test. I just did a video on that. My problem is people like the guy responding on Discord, as well as the UFL community member. They're just bullshitters, just like I just talked about in my previous video. There's no way you can watch this video and then start nitpicking little things that, oh, well, look at this. That player, of course, can do this and that. There's nothing to argue here. This video is irrefutable. And the fact that you got a community manager, then another content creator that already did a scripted podcast with the CEO on their channel, but claims that he is just another player that wants to see the game better. Come on, guys. I mean, that is my opinion, but give me a break. If you really were mad about pushback from people thinking you were a UFL employee to this other content creator, why would you ever do a scripted podcast with the CEO? Give me a break. Not to mention, you go and grab any issue that you know players will want to click on and watch, and you talk about that, and you do it for about 100 games. You don't get on the sticks. You don't show any passion. It's just a business for you, trying to get clicks and views. How do I know this? Because I had a conversation on the phone with you for about an hour, and instead of talking to a fellow player about football games and how to grow the channel and how to get better as a football content creator, I got a crash course on how to clickbait people and make money off of basically giving non-information. I'm not about that. I'm not about arguing with people that just aren't even in my lane. So I'm going to stick to pointing out where this game needs to improve, and then hopefully it will get to the right people at Strikers. It doesn't look like this UFL community manager, based on his responses, is the right person. However, that doesn't mean that the right person isn't going to see that UFL community manager talking about this, and that can be just as good. So we're definitely on the right track, and we're going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep trying to help all those players that want to improve at these games improve. I'm going to keep providing any input I can to help make these games better and hope that they can get to the right people. As far as anybody who wants to throw jabs or come at me because my videos aren't edited to perfection or whatever else they want to say, the beauty is I have knowledge and ability to help players. I can play the game at a level other players aspire to get to. I practice what I preach. I show my journey so they could see that I practice what I preach. And I provide actual experiences from myself playing the game that can help make the game better. And then the viewers themselves can see this and decide if they want to watch or not. When you have the knowledge and the ability to help other people, and you're speaking on things that they actually want to hear based on their experiences as well, that's what people care about more than your clickbaity title or your thumbnail that gets them to click on your video or the perfectly edited video that you're spewing non-information on. And the beauty is, that is my take on it, so people can decide if they agree with it or not. That's how this works. So, with that being said, keep grinding, keep having fun, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!